Rick James is 51. So you mean to tell me it's 50 other artists before him that are greater than Rick James?
Cut this shit off.
Rihanna 46.
What should the consequence of this crime be?
Everybody at the table need to be beheaded. The boogeyman invades Canada.
Yeah.
He shut that bitch down, I ain't gonna lie.
Hey, man.
He's been had me blocked like for years. I think he had like 3 hookah pipes in his mouth for some pause. And I was just like, yo, we got in on his ass, boy, and I've been blocked ever since. The hair got to be done everywhere they go. They take 2 hours to get ready.
Got a designer tampon.
They got designer everything.
And they have 1 million pictures in their phone to get the one picture.
If you go to their Instagram, 1,000 pictures. Ain't nobody in the picture but them. I want beautiful children. Despite what people like to say, oh, ugly people make pretty babies. Well, I don't want to take that chance. So that's just what it is, man. Audio Dope Podcast, man. Season 2 wrapping up. Yo, what's good, people? It's your boy, Way More Fly Than You. Episode 10, Season 2. Damn, we 20 episodes in, bro. Welcome to the Audio Dope Podcast, man. I'm your boy, Way More Fly Than You. My player partner.
It's your boy, Teddy Harris, checking in. You see, we back in the home base. So.
Oh, yeah. For sure, man. This is episode number 20, man. Consistently, we've been delivering. Like, how you feel so far about what we've been cranking out? You know what I'm saying? Has anybody given you any feedback on what maybe we should probably change?
Nobody say anything about anything to change, folks. Mm-hmm. More so, like, you know, they fucking what we're doing, you know. So I think we'll just, you know, rev it up with the consistency, you know, going forward into the next season.
Right.
But we appreciate everybody that's been, you know, showing love, tapping in, and
sure.
We just want to make sure that the pod isn't just another pod, you know, as they love to say, niggas with a microphone.
Niggas with a microphone. Podcast niggas. Podcast niggas has now been deemed a derogatory term, right? You know, they think that everybody that has access to a microphone is talking about, you know, the $200 dates, splitting rent, you know what I'm saying? Who's supposed to get the big piece of chicken at a dinner table?
Yeah.
What else? What do you bring to the table?
What do you bring to the table? Did you make the table?
So yeah, no, this strictly music, you know what I'm saying? Hip hop, R&B for your head top. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So
we're a little fuckery here and there.
For sure, yeah. Every now and then
life without some fuckery.
Yeah, we'll mix in some you know, your normal societal topics and kind of put our own little twist on it. But you know. But thank y'all so much for rocking with us, man. Again, this is season 2, episode 10, and we just gonna keep on cranking this shit out until somebody want to pick us up, which I think we're very, very close to. I'm putting that out in the atmosphere. Sure. Yeah. So new dope, bro. What we rocking now? What you listening to?
What's new? I've been listening to. I said it last time. It ain't too much that's new. I've been listening to. You know, just the deluxe of the Leon shit. I've had that on repeat when I was flying here, and then fucking yeah, that's really been it. I ain't been up on too much. I like the new Larry record, the Black Man record.
Oh yeah, that's dope.
Yeah, but that's ain't too much.
Larry is consistently, I think he's found his lane. And for those of y'all who don't know who Larry is, we're talking about Larry June.
B June.
But yeah, but he has I think he's found his lane, and he has consistently put out the music that his fans love to listen to. I hate to compare him to anybody, but he definitely is charting along the lines of that Currency Wiz-esque.
What do they call it? They call it lifestyle
raps. There you go. Yeah. So he is one of the leaders in the lifestyle rap scene. I'm happy to see it. Me personally, I just been going through like my new music mixes, friends mixes, and kind of seeing like what everybody's been listening to. That has been helpful. Nothing really new. I go to Spotify and just find an artist like Future or Crit or somebody and just throw it on shuffle. Shout out to Spotify, man. Spotify shuffle game and how they mix records far greater than Apple Music. I just don't like the app, right? But I'm an Apple head, so it's like, but I definitely use Spotify. Like if I got a long trip playing, like if I got to drive somewhere in Atlanta, everywhere is long, but anything over 45 minutes, I'm using Spotify. Using Spotify, and I'm putting on shuffle your favorite artists. You can even go your favorite genre, whatever the case is. But whoever is operating the shuffle, the algorithm behind the shuffle, A1.
It's not a person, it's AI. So that's the crazy part about it.
Whoever Spotify using, Apple need to use that same AI platform, because the Apple mixes, they always redundant. Like it's all like if you kind of pay attention or listen to the same type of music, you'll hear the same songs over and over and over again. That don't really happen with Spotify.
Yeah, Spotify do have a good mix on their music. You know. I'm an Apple head though.
Same.
I'm an Apple head.
Same. So let's get right into it, man. The Boogeyman invades Canada.
Yeah.
He shut that bitch down. I ain't gonna lie.
Hey, man.
Listen, man, let me tell you something. Kendrick Lamar is slowly becoming one of my favorite rapper. I ain't gonna say one of, because he's already been one of them. But when you talk, he has the full package. Pause. Right? He has. You can't say he can't rap. Right? You can't use he don't pick the right beats, because his production has mirrored his rapping style, not only from a context standpoint, but just overall over the course of his career has always gotten better. He's rapped over every type of beat that you can pretty much name, right? I think, the party beat was the only beat really that wasn't in his repertoire, but then when he got with Mustard, it was just like, man, it was a match made in heaven. Stage presence, stage performance, lyrical ability. He's battled, because that's another element. He's literally checked all of the boxes that you need to be one of the greatest of all time in the GOAT category. So to see that show in Toronto and see everybody chant, you know what I'm saying, not like us and all of that, like I just think that was the icing on the cake. Like this is real hip hop. This is going into it. This is next level T.I. going to Houston and calling out Lil Flip. You know what I'm saying? Like this is like the upper echelon, top tier of that type of energy. Like I loved every minute of it, man. I don't know how you felt about it.
I mean, I was the same, bro. I thought I already knew what was gonna take place. He has fans everywhere. He's an international act. Like absolutely. I don't know why. Okay, all that's out the window, because we knew that shit was gonna take place.
Right.
More so about the fuckery like around the show, right? First and foremost, it's out there that apparently that Drake or his camp was trying to prevent the show from taking place. Okay. In what world do you think that, I don't even know what arena stadium that was, but in what world do you think that they was gonna miss the opportunity? There was 60,000 seats 2 nights in a row. That's $120.
Damn.
In what world do you think they was finna like, nah, we're not gonna do this because of our homegrown act?
Right. No.
Well, you got like fucked up. So that was the first thing that was hilarious.
Yep.
The second thing was, are you familiar with the balding fucking fake thug nigga top 5?
I saw some videos of him trying to
moving around,
act like he was going into the Noble Hotel and it was locked or something like that. I did see that. I don't know much about him. Like the stuff that he's doing, he on clown time.
He's a goofy.
Yeah,
he's
on clown time.
And because this is your partner or he's your shooter, like it makes you look goofy.
It does.
I'm sorry.
It does.
Like,
it does.
Call your people up and tell them, bro, just vibe. Or Crody, just vibe. Like whatever the fuck they say up there, right? Because he looked goofy. From what I read, like Dot didn't even stay in the city. And it ain't even a slight to him. It's more so to me, like as grown men, like understanding like, it ain't even, because ain't nobody worried about Drake or his people. It's the miscellaneous, like, crazy fans these days.
He does have
that
a hive
will, like,
that will do something.
That'll do something
crazy.
Stupid.
Yes.
So Dot did his show, caught a flight, went to New York, because, New York's right across the country line.
Yep.
Came back, did the second show and was out. He didn't even, like, mob in the city.
Okay.
So I don't think it's a slight to, like, oh, he was scary. It's like, nigga, we grown. That nigga got kids. Yeah. Like... he showed up. He brought money to the, the Toronto economy.
A lot of it.
Shout out to New Hope King. All them folks, like, they had the restaurant packed out.
That's crazy.
Like, it was just an affair, bro. And it's been a full calendar year at this point, you know, of basically stomping on the man's grave. I'll tell you this though. I think that I was telling my homegirl, like, that nigga Dot, like, once this tour is over, he finna disappear.
Yeah, he should.
Cause this is like too much for him.
He has nothing else to prove from that. Like he's done it all. Like he's smashed the giant, you know, so to speak. So I mean, if he want to keep going, to me, I'm a fan of it all. Like, because I feel like if the shoe was on the other foot, it would be this times 10. It would be more Instagram memes and subliminal shots, and then more music and this and that. If the other side was up, so I think that this is a part of hip hop culture. You know, you either diss or you get dissed. That's the name of the game. Or you stay out of the way and you make party music or whatever the case is. But if you call yourself being an MC and you have continuously thrown these shots of, you know, I'm at the top of the three-headed monster, or, you know, I'm at the top of the throne and this and that. Like, you threw jabs at everybody else. Now that a nigga throwing jabs back at you, now you don't want to box no more. So it's like, you know, I still like Drake, still like his music. But this right here, this is what it's all about. This ain't scrimmage, nigga. This the real game. So I applaud what Kendrick is doing. I hope he continues.
I'm on the flip. Like, and we did this last week, and I'm like, I'm over it. Like, I don't need this from Dot anymore. Like, I mean, he had no choice but to like come up in conversation with him, because the show was sold out ×2 and made a record in Toronto, in the man city. But like, as far as like still rapping at him and all that shit, like, there's nothing to prove at this point. Like, there's nothing that Drake could say or do that, like, it's over, bro. So like, I don't need that from Dot. And I think a lot of Kendrick fans feel the same way too. It's like, he's shown up, he's proven, like, it's over, bro. So it's like, there's nothing that Drake could like subliminally do, no meme he could post that like warrants like Dot really like responding.
I agree.
It's like, how you gonna box with a guy? And there's shit like this too, bro. Shout out to this whole ass nigga, bro. And it's so funny, because it'd be so funny. We sit up here and talk about these folks, and then I see niggas in real life, and it was like crazy. I'm like, oh shit. But I didn't know that Maul had me blocked.
Oh, for real?
On Twitter, bro. But like, shout out to bro for his like crazy bad take. Yeah, he's still trying to cake for.
He doubled down on it. I did see that.
He doubled
Maul
down
got you
on
blocked?
it.
That's crazy.
Bro, that's crazy. Like,
well, that's cool. Ice got me blocked, so we...
Oh, for real?
Yeah. So we share. Ice been had me blocked like for years, and I know the exact tweet that made him block me too. So I remember it. It was a situation where, so this is like 2009, 10 Twitter. They posted a picture of Ice. This is when hookah first hit the scene. And
is that the one with all them hookah sticks in his mouth?
That is officially Ice in that fucking picture. And I got on his ass. Pause. And everybody was clowning him. Like, it was like, this was when, like, you really was like, oh, niggas is gay, like this, like throwing that word around, like very, very, very loosely. And he had the whole, picture with, I think he had like 3 hookah pipes in his mouth or some pause. And I was just like, yo, we got in on his ass, boy. And I've been blocked ever since. So,
hey, man, y'all got to stop being sensitive out here, man. Y'all got more to be concerned with, bro. I don't know what I said. I can only imagine what I said.
It probably was something about Drake.
It was probably something about Drake or something. Me calling him a hoe. I don't know this, that, third.
You saw him though?
Yeah, because I was at like the BT Media.
Okay, I got you.
So like, it was funny, like looking over it. I'm like, oh, that's bro. I was like, I don't really care for bro.
Yeah, right.
You know, but you know, we gotta be political. Woo, this and third. I know he don't know me from a can of paint.
I got you.
That shit was hilarious.
Over time, though, I've changed my opinion about him, because prior to pre-JBP, I felt like Maul had a lot of integrity, bro. Like, a lot of his takes were integrity based. I'm not doing X because I have a certain level of respect for myself. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. And then it just seems like after the break, like the level of integrity that he's had for himself has been on the decline, specifically when it comes to takes about Drake.
Yeah.
And it's just like, bro, you can be a fan. Like, I'm a huge fan of T.I. I think everybody that knows me knows that. I'm a huge fan of Rick Ross, right? But when them niggas do some crazy shit, I can sit up there and say, you know what? I can't really defend that. That's corny. That's weird. Or that's wild. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the whole, it's just wild. So,
It's wild.
yeah, man. Like, but shout out to Maul, whatever. Tell Ice to unblock me. Officially Ice, man. Get the fuck out of here. So of course, you know what I'm saying? Pusha and Malice are coming.
Mm-hmm.
They on the way. I think the album released July 11th.
Yep.
Right? Okay. They released So Be It. Another dope visual, first and foremost.
Mm-hmm.
Another well-produced track by the boy Skateboard P.
Mm-hmm.
Love the production. Last verse, he disses, well,
Travis.
he mentions Travis Scott.
Yeah.
Because I hate this new generation, everything is a diss. He mentions or references Travis Scott in what we now know as a situation where Travis was in a vulnerable state, dealing with a woman. We all have been there. You know what I'm saying, men? I hope that y'all have been there. If you haven't been there yet, then you have some growing to do. But, you know, he mentions that, you know, I was there when you was crying over your lady, blah, blah, blah. And that kind of spiraled into a lot of the narrative that I saw today was that Pusha is now clout chasing.
I've been seeing that as well, too. I've been seeing that as well, too.
So, one, how do we feel about him mentioning Travis in that situation? And two, is this a opportunity for Push to clout chase?
I mean, I've never looked at or held Travis to like a high regard in like an integrity conversation in the first place. So if Push feel a way about him, then I'm gonna be like, yeah, he probably do got a reason to feel the way he feel about bro.
Mm-hmm.
But that's been the clout chasing has been the narrative. I don't think he's clout chasing. Mm-hmm. It is a thing. Yeah, Pusha is always like, I don't want to say he's always snapping after somebody, because I mean it was Wayne, then it was Drake. You know, I feel like a lot of the conversation that he may be subliminally or like, you know, addressing now is through like his interactions with good music. Correct. Because Ye was wilding on this nigga. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like Ye was wilding on this nigga, and you know, Travis hopscotch like a schoolgirl outside of church, bro. Yep. Like, you know, because as soon as Like That came on, all I remember was Travis bouncing with them short braids up there at fucking Coachella. Mm-hmm. And Drake is his man. Yep. So that's why I'm saying, like, there's no integrity, and I don't hold him to that regard. So if Pusha felt away and he said something like, you was crying in front of me, he was like, you lost your bitch to Calabasas. Mm-hmm. Like, we all know what that is. Yep. Like, she used his brand and hopscotch to where she is, selling lip gloss and all that good shit. Like, she didn't need Travis.
And he addressed it. And I think it was an interview, I want to say, was it GQ? Mm-hmm. They released the interview not too long after, where he basically is saying, I don't play how y'all play. And this goes back to that. Yes, this goes back to also when he was on see, a lot of people don't really follow like hip hop media and like
real hip hop media.
The storylines that are behind a lot of these so-called disses. But Pusha has always been one of those people that says, like, I don't play in the world that y'all play in. I don't do the whole back and forth. He mentioned Kanye about 5 years ago. This is when he was on Joe Budden podcast, back when Marlon was still there, because they asked him about it, like his relationship with Ye, and he was just like, I'm not with the whole, okay, we beefing now, we gonna go hug, but then we beefing again 2 weeks. He was like, I don't rock like that. That's not the school that I come from. Yeah. So we all know that is Pusha's pedigree. So now to hear what you're saying about, you know, Travis jumping back and forth over the lines and stuff like that, to me, he got every right to say something, especially if I was directly around and I was and maybe even been impacted by it. Yes, I'm gonna say something about it. I'm gonna bring it up in a song. I may not say your name, but I'm gonna craft it in a way that you know I'm talking about you.
But you know what I'm thinking about it? I didn't. There was a reason. The reason was Travis had a record on his last album called Meltdown. Mm-hmm. He played it for Pusha and them.
I remember. Okay,
but it didn't have the Drake verse on it.
Right.
The Drake verse is where he's dissing Push. I mean, he's not dissing Push, but Drake already and Pusha, they don't fuck with each other.
Correct.
Then Drake is dissing Pharrell on that record because he's talking about how he purchased the billionaire the chains and shit and melted it down. Okay. So it's hopscotch. You're not solid. Like it's like
and you try my man. So
it's weirdo shit, bro. Yeah. Like, you know.
Yep. That's fair. I mean, listen, I'm pro Pusha T. Whoever he want to diss next, I'm gonna be right there to listen to it because a lot of these niggas be moving goofy, dog. Like
extremely.
You know what I'm saying? And I just don't get down with that, man. So
it's not it's not clout chasing. Let's be real. Like the album is going to be solid, bro. Yeah. And this coming from somebody I've been saying, because everybody on the timeline that know me know I ain't never been like a Clipse fan, especially a Pusha fan. Yeah. I'm excited for this shit, bro. Yes. Like the music sounds A1. Yep. The reviews, and that's another conversation, right? The reviews, because they went they brought in like real hip hop media.
For sure.
To Rock Nation to like hear the album before it comes out and give like their thoughts on it, which is something I think we need to get back to doing because everybody don't deserve this shit right here. A fucking microphone. Right. Everybody got a keyboard and a Twitter and can do a review and this, that, and the third, but it's like it's passive and you're not giving critical analysis and you ain't talking about shit. Correct. You know, so let's bring back like the importance and validity behind hip hop media. And that's what they did. Like they brought in Pete Rosenbergs, they brought in the B-Dots, they brought in like Cypher Sounds, like all like these important people in a room and played the project for them, and the shit don't even come out to the 11th. And now I'm reading the tweets from these people and I'm like, oh, I'm excited for this shit because I trust these people. Yes. This ain't academics or some nigga on your timeline giving their opinion on some shit.
I Show Speed or some nigga like that. What's buddy name that be doing the streaming or whatever his name is? Yeah. And I think too, also the anticipation from when Malice first said he was starting to rap again till now, it has only increased because we've been waiting on this to happen. And to see Push and Malice side by side again, I think the last album that they dropped was in like 2009.
It's been a long
very, very long time since we got a Clipse album. And you got a lot of chatter surrounding whether or not Pharrell fell off because he not with Chad no more. That's a discussion. Yeah. So now P got something to prove. The Clipse got something to prove because people think that maybe, you know, they may not got it. Well, Malice, is Malice going to be rapping like Malice because he's back into the church and all of this other stuff? So it's a lot riding on this album. Yeah. It's a lot riding on it. And I think that, they're going to deliver just based off of the 2 records that I heard already. And with the visuals, like Pusha has always been one of those people that puts art into the music. So I have no doubt in my mind that this is going to be a high quality project.
Excited, man. Definitely excited for it.
For sure. So it was a lot of talk around. So earlier this week, was it this week? You know, Facebook gets shit late, right? Facebook be like 4 days late for everything, right? But at any rate, there were somehow or another, there was this topic around who has the better albums. I think it started off as 5-album run.
Between T.I. and
Jeezy, right? Yeah. So I saw that. I saw the guy. I followed the guy that posted it. So I said, bro, a 5-album run is a very, very long time. I said you would have a better discussion 3 albums because both artists have a huge 3-album run with Jeezy having 101, 102 in the recession, Tip with I'm Serious, Trap Music, Urban Legend, right? So I said, you'll have a better discussion. He was like, well, I don't think it's close at all. I said,
I don't think it's close at all.
I disagree. I said, for one, 101 is getting I'm Serious out of there. No doubt in my mind.
Absolutely,
right?
Yeah.
On no planet is 102 better than Trap Music. On no planet. So now you got Recession versus Urban Legend, which are 2 classic albums.
I think it's subjective at that point. And I'm not going 3, I'm going 4 deep because I know exactly what tweet you're talking about. I think that they 5th albums were sucked. Okay. So I think that like when it came to Jeezy, you got 103, which
103 was his 4th?
Yes.
And then
we experienced that in real time.
We did.
You know what I'm saying? And King was the
4th, right?
So we're talking
That's a great,
they were 4 strong.
Very, very true.
So I'm with you on that. The third is who? The third was, you said Urban
Legend versus The Recession.
The Recession. Ooh, I'm more of an Urban Legend guy.
Same.
I'm more of an Urban Legend guy.
Same.
And then I bounced back on the fourth. Even though King has one of my favorite Tip records, that fucking
I like the King
Why You Want to Go and Do That.
I like 103 too.
Good Life is on that shit
103 though.
With
Yes.
Common and all that.
Yes.
And What It Do, is that on there? Oh man.
Top back is on King.
Yeah, all that shit is crazy. But no, 103 was crazy.
It was amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not even gonna lie. 103 came out. I was living in Miami. This one, Take One, this Miami talk. But this one, Take One was really, really jumping. Like it's called The One now. But this one, Take One was alive and well, and OJ got played every single hour. And when I tell you, when that shit come on to Take One, Jesus Christ, move everybody out the way. Cause that was a record that Take One made me love OJ.
OJ was hard.
Yes.
OJ was hard. The features, like, I'm like how you were in Miami, I was in Tally.
Okay.
And you niggas don't make albums that could play from beginning to end in the club no more.
They do not.
Like, they played 103 like in the club.
You can play it from start to finish.
Because that was the Way Too Gone was on there with Future.
Yeah, you can.
Then you slowed that bitch down with the Neo, like John. Shout out to my Florida, goddamn. Shout out to my nigga Plies.
Yeah, Plies.
Hey, guess what my mama taught me? She ain't my pot. Like,
Plies
bro,
has a classic verse on there. He does.
Classic verse.
Yes,
so it's like 103
I don't even like
is,
Plies. I can't even believe I'm saying
hey,
that. But
Plies to
he
go.
does. He does have a classic verse on there. He does.
So that's one of them verses they shut the shit off.
Correct.
The crowd chants it.
Yes.
So it's like,
Yes.
no, 103. To me, it's like, if we did it like that, it's even, right?
It would be. I think it'd be a tie, bro.
Yeah.
But it's of course it's up for debate. So that spiraled into our topic of the greatest Georgia rap album of all time. And
that shout out to Deontay Hitchcock. He was the one that posted the initial tweet.
Okay.
Like, great rapper from Atlanta, shout out to him. But he was the one that posted the initial tweet, and it came from that conversation.
Of course.
He said that 101 was the best album from any rapper ever in the state of Georgia, I feel like.
I would have to agree with him. I would have to agree with him. And that's very, very difficult to do, considering all of the great albums that came out of Georgia. But 101, dog. 101 is one is culturally impactful.
Yeah.
You go down from production to the rapping on there to the features on there to when it came out and what it did for the city. Like it was, bro. I remember it like it was yesterday. So, if I had to choose an album, that's the album that I'm going with.
I don't know. I mean, I feel like that conversation gets really subjective.
And we're tailoring it to Georgia, correct?
Yeah.
Only Georgia, yes.
Only Georgia. I feel like the
sure.
conversation gets like hella subjective at that point, which is okay. I feel like, because I feel like Hobbs said this shit, but it's like, I feel you on 101. But I'm okay with saying DS2 is because of the impact and the perfectness of that fucking album. I'm definitely okay with saying Dirty Sprite 2.
Okay.
For like our earlier millennial crowd, because you're gonna piss people off by not saying this.
Yeah,
I'm okay with saying Aquemini.
Yeah, you gotta mention the
You can't. You just simply can't. Do that.
Yeah.
And outside of that, probably one of the Tip albums. Maybe trap music. Maybe
we should do that. Maybe we should do a top 25
albums from Georgia.
From Georgia.
You could definitely build out a list though.
Call some ruckus.
I wouldn't do 25. I'd do 10. Like,
you got to do 25, bro.
Nah, because niggas got to clamor to get into that shit, bro. Like, it's like we don't want to feel indifferent. Like, what's the 10 best rap albums from this state, bro?
We might could do that, bro. We might could do one for Georgia and then do one for Florida. You do one for Florida, man. You finna cause some.
Oh, you causing ruckus? Because I'm coming out of left field with shit. Goddamn Blue Stars on that bitch, bro.
You got it. Well, we saying all albums, period.
Yeah. What are we talking about?
Yeah,
and Blue Stars is an urban like hip hop R&B album. Like
it is.
You could give me all
Blue
that like rap shit, bro. Like I'm
Blue Star
throwing it.
Definitely is up there.
You know what? We was arguing this shit, bro. I know this ain't even on the topic, but like we could do this right now. I know you. I feel like you're gonna side with me because you're a Florida nigga.
Mm-hmm.
When I was at an event and we were arguing about who was the better group, B2K or Pretty Ricky.
Ooh. Well, of course I gotta go home team.
But even if you ain't home team, you still feel like.
So the only reason why I would give it to B2K is because their impact was international.
You don't think Pretty
not international? No, I don't think so. And also too, when you look at B2K, the star power within the group was stronger, right? So you had Omarion,
Mm-hmm.
you had Omarion was a star for sure. But I feel like his code. Well, I don't even know what you call them, but his other group mates,
yeah,
they had bigger star power than Slickum, Spectacular.
I give you that.
You know what I'm saying?
I would give you that.
So when you now the music wise,
that's where I'm at.
Okay.
Catalog wise, Pretty Ricky shits on B2K.
I would agree with you.
I can't even really and I don't want to be a hater like that, but I'm trying to name songs past bump and fucking What a Girl Wants and what else did these niggas have? Like, I don't know. But Pretty Ricky, as a grown ass man, I could put on some Pretty Ricky and set the mood, bro.
I can and also too, I can name more records off of their first album than I can off of B2K's first album. So I would have to say, music-wise and catalog-wise, Pretty Ricky definitely edges them.
Yeah.
But if we talk about impact and like the Scream tours and all of that, it wasn't no tour bigger than a Scream tour, bro. Like, them girls was going crazy over these niggas,
but Pretty Ricky was on the Scream tour.
They were, but they weren't the headliner.
I will give you past the country.
They weren't, but the headliner was B2K.
Or
Bow Wow.
Bow Wow.
Yeah, so you know what I'm saying? Like, when you really break it down, it's just like we impact-wise, B2K for sure. Catalog-wise, man, Pretty Ricky killing them boys.
Kills them, bro.
Yeah, he killing them boys for sure.
Yeah.
So okay, I'm gonna task that, you know, as one of the next times I cause some ruckus on the timeline. Billboard released the top 75 greatest R&B artists of all time.
Yeah.
This is causing some controversy. They only got up to spot 11, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to read off to you some of the names, right? So they had, bro, this is a
wait, did they say what the
criteria?
Yeah.
So yes, so they did. So hold on, let me get to it.
Because this list feels like caucasity at its finest.
Bro, it's going to piss you off.
I closed it when I saw Jasmine Sullivan at 54.
It's going to piss you off. Okay, let me get to... Okay. Staff discussions on how to go about determining the entries and rankings were, to say the least, heated. Helping to fuel these illuminating and sometimes... Is it raucous? I ain't never seen that word before. Discourses were generational debates over old school versus new school. Mm-hmm. At the time, the Mount Rushmore debates were also raging on the social media front as fans weighed in on which R&B artists like Jackson, Chris Brown, Luther Vandross, R. Kelly, and Usher truly deserve to have their images carved on stone. Boom. So in the end, Billboard staffers agreed on the following criteria: vocal prowess, body of work, career longevity, industry achievements, game-changing influence, and enduring generational cultural impact. While some singers who made the list are also known for their lyrical skills, songwriting wasn't a major deciding factor in this instance. And legendary singers best known for fronting groups versus their solo work were not included, which means a ranking of the best R&B groups of all time is no doubt in the offering. So, where you want me to start at? Because we can start. Okay,
shoot some of them.
They got Peabo Bryson at 58. Tevin Campbell at 57. Hold on. I'm trying to get to where it started pissing me off at.
Like I said, 54 was Jasmine Sullivan.
Rick James is 51. Out of 75 R&B acts, Rick James is 51. So you mean to tell me it's 50 other artists before him that are greater than Rick James? This is where I started to get pissed off at, right? John Legend is 50. So John Legend is more impactful or a greater artist than Rick James Boone. Bobby Brown, 49. Lauryn Hill is 48. The Weeknd is 47.
Bro, cut this shit off.
Rihanna, 46.
No, stop.
let me keep going.
No, bitch, if I had a flag, I'll throw that hole right now. What?
I'm not done. D'Angelo, 45. SZA is 44. Dionne Warwick is 43. Barry White, 42. Brandy is 41. Aaliyah is 40. Roberta Flack, 39. Maxwell, 38. Frank Ocean, 37. Tony Braxton, 36. Babyface is 35, bro.
Okay, so here's the conversation, bro. How should these people like what should the consequence of this crime be?
It's
what do you think?
Everybody at the table need to be beheaded.
Beheaded?
Straight up. Ray Charles is 11. Usher is 12. I just want to throw that in there too. They stopped at 11. So Usher's 12. Sam Cooke is 13.
Bro,
they just throwing names out there now. No disrespect. Curtis Mayfield is 14. Right? Isaac Hayes, 15.
They just throwing names
Mary
out.
J, 16. Janet Jackson is 17.
That's like,
dog.
Y'all so shot the fuck out, bro.
Yes.
Like, who? Sometimes, why y'all employ these folks?
Wait, one more, I'm done. They got Donny Hathaway before Luther Vandross. Donny Hathaway is 21. Luther is 22. And Teddy Pendergrass is 23. Okay, I've heard enough, right?
Enough.
I truly believe that they need to reveal who
these people
who is sitting at these tables, right? Because Complex does this every couple of months. Yeah. They did it with the hip hop list. They do it often, and I think at this point in time, it's merely to drive traffic to the website. It's
rage bait.
It got to be.
It's rage bait.
You know, because on no planet is Donny Hathaway a greater artist, musician, singer, whatever category you want to put him in, over Luther Vandross, bro.
Bro, that ain't even the rage. It's like they got Brandy at like
41, I think it was.
Brandy is the vocal like goddess.
She's up there. Yes.
Like, cause I had these arguments with my mom. Shout out to her. I love her this same thing, right? Mm-hmm. To me, Jasmine Sullivan is a top 5 to top 10 vocalist of all time. We just talking about vocalists.
Yeah, just singing. Got you.
You know what I'm saying? So because of that alone, if we're talking about R&B, she's top 25.
Yeah.
Because R&B is based out of vocal ability first and foremost.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? The Weeknd, bitch, it's Thursday, bro. Like the Weeknd, what the fuck are we talking about? Like, I really be wanting to know who, like, it is rage bait. As you see, you've got me riled up, but I would like to know who sits behind these tables. I could take a pretty good guess. It's screaming the Caucasity, but like, job well done, bro.
Yeah.
Job well done. You've riled up everybody, bro.
Y'all got us moving.
Like, that shit don't make no sense. Like, y'all just pulled names out your ass crack and threw them shits at a wall, and we said, we'll line them up like this. I want to know who the top 10 is. I do want to know.
They got, so Anita Baker is 31. But
crazy.
But Chris Brown was before Shaka Khan, Erykah Badu, and Diana Ross.
Chris. What number was Chris?
26.
I'm cool with, like, it gets into like an argumentative, like, you know,
right behind
Patti
thing. LaBelle. Patti LaBelle's 25.
But Chris is like, aside from how you motherfuckers like to argue and feel on the timeline, is a top 20, top 25 artist, like R&B artist of all time.
For sure.
Period.
For sure.
Talk to your moms. Mm-hmm. So, like, I'm not mad at that. But it's like these other random names in there. Like, that shit, like, The Weeknd shouldn't even be on that list first and foremost. He's a pop artist. I'm not getting off that pedestal.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
I'm interested to see the top 10. The top 10 hasn't come out yet. I think they're going to release it tomorrow. So, you know, we'll clip this up. And if Michael Jackson better be in the top 10.
Beyonce
better be in the top 10.
Beyonce's gonna be in there. Mariah's gonna be in there. Whitney's gonna be in there. Like, it's just more so about how they got them arranged in there. But they gonna be in there as they should be. You know what I'm saying?
You never know with Complex though, bro. They leave a lot of people off the list. You never know with them, man.
Job well done, man.
Yeah, y'all pissed a lot of people off, myself included. So in keeping with list, right? So B-Dot, shout out to B-Dot. I like following B-Dot. He definitely gets people's blood moving.
He's another geriatric general, bro.
He is.
He's a geriatric general.
B-Dot definitely is a geriatric general. But he released his was it 2025?
Top 10 so
far?
I'm
trying to find. Yep. He said top 10 best rappers of 2025 so far in parentheses. And the list is based on skill, songs/features, presence within the first 6 months of 2025, right? So he got Larry June 1, Wiz Khalifa 2, 2 Chainz 3, Bodie James 4, Central C is 5. That's the only name that I want to really discuss on this list. Joey Badass 6, Ransom 7, Big Sean 8, Currency 9, Benny the Butcher 10. Now, if he's saying, if you just released any kind of music in 2025, that's what I'm assuming that this list is on. Central C should not be on this list, like at all.
Central had a real solid project though. I ain't even gonna hold you.
In 2025?
Yes. I feel like y'all niggas be like, y'all hate the...
I can't get into it.
I can't
get into all
that. Like, y'all can't get past...
The bloke rap. I can't do it.
The bloke...
I can't get into it. Like, even when he was on... Was that Band for Band?
Yeah.
With him and Lil Baby? When I first heard of him, he was on the track with Cole.
Yeah.
And I thought that was a waste of a 16. Cole could have gave that to somebody else.
Just don't. Yeah, that's what it is.
I just don't
can't get past I can't get in.
I don't even like the shows on Netflix where it be in the UK and the lips move, but the accent don't be the same as the lip. I can't watch shows like that.
Oh, okay. No, I thought you were saying just in general, because I was like, they got what's the show that Drake was the producer of over there? Top Boy. Like,
I can't watch none of that.
That shit hard, bro.
I believe you.
That shit hard. But you can't get past
that. I just can't. And maybe that's the ignorance in me
it's
just
not.
being
That's me
US.
in musicals. Like, I couldn't watch Dreamgirls ever. Like, why are we breaking out into song?
I can't watch musicals either. But you know what musical was pretty dope though? Wicked. Wicked was dope. I ain't even gonna lie. The Witch.
Yeah, I know.
And I went to see that with my kids, and I thought I wasn't gonna like it, but that shit was hard. I'm not even gonna lie. Wicked was dope, and I don't like musicals at all.
You had a reason though. Your kids drove you there, and you happened to like it.
I just happened. That would have never been
no reason to go to.
That would have never been nothing I would have saw. But the storyline behind it was dope. The performance in was dope. Like all of that. Like it was cool. But going back to the list, right? Yeah, I can't really see Central C on that list. I see somebody else there. I can't quite pinpoint it. I
can't see a lot of them folks on that list. I'm sorry. First and foremost, I love Larry. Like, we know, like, we're the Larry gang over here, right?
Yes.
And he's obviously on there, like, in that top slot because of the Life is Beautiful project.
Of course.
Which is still, like, tentatively, like, one of the albums of the year if we're talking rap, right? But Chainz had the best performance on that project.
Absolutely.
So if we're basing like those slots off of that album alone, to me, Chainz is number one this year. Off of those like pure things that they're talking about.
Yes.
Like, he has shown his ass like on that project, on his solo stuff, on the young nigga shit, because he got a joint with Yachty. Like,
yes.
Chainz been showing his ass all year long. So I would have him number one, and I'd have Larry like top 3 to 5.
Okay.
But these other like random scaring the whole ass geriatric shits of like Ransom, Benny, like, huh?
They did release.
It don't make
music this year
sense to me, bro.
I mean, I would have put Herbo in there.
I would have Herbo on there. I have Big X on there. Like
Big X, did he release anything in 25?
The deluxe came out this year.
Count.
So it's like,
yeah, get Central C out of here, bro. Like, come on, stop playing.
I'm not removing Central before I remove Ransom and Benny the Butcher.
I'm with you. I'll take out.
And if Joey's there, Ray Vaughn should be there too.
Facts. I would remove Central C. I would remove Ransom. I would definitely put Herbo on there. And I will put, who you say?
I said Big X.
Big X?
Big X.
Definitely.
I'd still have Dot and Tyler on there too, because their albums came out in like the end of November, December. So it really don't count for 2024.
But he said 2025, first 6 months of 2025. So he
gonna be a stickler for it. I get it.
He did. He put his criteria in there.
When the Grammy nom shut off on July 31st,
okay,
it goes back to the fourth quarter of last year.
I got you.
So like, you don't have, like, when an album come out in December, you really can't be like, oh, they ran the year. You know what I'm saying? It's 12 months in a year.
True.
So that's just my opinion. But if he's going to be a stickler about it, I get it. There's still other people, bro. I'm not going for Ransom. I'm not going for Benny. I'm not.
Yeah, I'm okay with moving Benny.
Like,
Benny
I
love Benny. Like, I love Benny. I love I'm slowly kind of getting more into Ransom's music. He don't do a lot of interviews, so you don't really know a lot about his personality, but he did sit with I forgot who that was he sat with not too long ago. But I kind of got a glimpse into who he is as a person. But the nigga can really rap though. He like no doubt about it. He can rap his ass off, but I don't think he should be in that top 10 of artists that dropped in the first 6 months of 2025, because you still got other artists out here. You got
other acts out here, bro.
Yeah, shit. I'd have put, nigga, all right, stop playing. I'd have put Pluto on that motherfucker too.
I'm going to shake the table. I'm putting Cardi on there. Because
Cardi B?
No, Playboy Cardi.
Oh, God.
Because you said skill, song, feature, presence. The only thing of those four that Cardi don't got that people going to say is skill. That's the only thing niggas going to argue. But you can't tell me he don't got the songs. You can't tell me he don't got the features. You can't tell me he don't have a presence.
He does.
So it's like, that's when we get into this whole geriatric conversation. Like, bro,
But Central C is, he's smart. He a young nigga.
Yeah, he a young nigga. But he like the only young nigga on the list.
Yeah, he don't need to be there at all. I'm sorry. That's just,
hey,
we just get him out of there.
The project was cool,
man,
bro.
Let's just get him out of there. Like, button for button. Get him out of here, please.
And shout out to Big Sean. He was on there.
Yeah,
like,
Big Sean was on there.
People love, we got to deep dive into that one day too. People love to fucking hate this nigga Sean. I think but you know what? I feel like it's not in real life. I feel like it's just you miserable niggas on the timeline that think they have an opinion on rap.
So I asked the question. So I have a consortium group that
consortium, boy. Show that education, my nigga.
So I have a group. I have a group of my homeboys, and I'll just give you without naming names. Mm-hmm. Two are rappers, two are DJs, and the other one is like in the A&R space, right? So we trade these type of musical opinions all day long.
Yeah.
So I asked the question. I was just like, why do people hate Big Sean? One of the responses is that he doesn't command the respect on a track, right? Like he don't say anything that you like he says he has witty lines. This is not my opinion either, by the way. He has witty lines. He has the wit. He has the wordplay. He has the cadence, but he always gets big boyed when he's on feature by other features. So you could say the control verse. You can say when he's on verses with he's had verses with Wayne, when he had verses with Eminem.
What's like, the big record, the big good music record where Chainz had the best record, best verse?
Not even funny.
Mercy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I said, well, that make a lot of sense. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, and the same is with the same can be said about Fabulous. Because Fabulous gets shitted on a lot. But Fabulous has been in the game 30 years, 25, 30 years.
Yeah.
He's been one of the top lyricists out of New York. I ain't gonna say all the time, but out of New York for sure. He's up there. And again, like he'll say witty lines, but sometimes his verses get overshadowed by other artists that he's on the track with too. So that was one of the rationales behind why Big Sean gets so much hate. A lot of people say he corny. I don't think he's corny.
He's not corny.
You know what I'm saying? He stay out the way. Like he really do. And he rap about real life shit. Like I don't understand how that's corny, but
I think it's just a hate train, bro.
It gotta be.
And it's not in real life. Mm-hmm. It's just, again, you miserable niggas with an opinion on the timeline. Because in real life, Big Sean is a great rapper.
Yep.
Yeah, he does the offbeat thing, but you guys like G Herbo. You fucking
they love G Herbo.
You guys,
for that too.
It's a lot of these offbeat ass niggas. So don't give me that about Big Sean, bro. He got the catalog.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? He got the presence. Like he still tours. Like, you know, like you said, the only thing I think about Big Sean is when you speak about command on the track, is he does have like a lazy delivery. Right. It's like laid back. There's not too much like, what do we call it? Vocal inflection to it. So like you can't like, he doesn't change up and like, you know, give you energy like in a verse. Like it's very laid back. So it can get overshadowed. But in the past 3 to 4 years, Big Sean has given, like, if we talking about rap, like he's had some of the best verses. Like he's on that list this year because like shit, the shit he did on Leon's Deluxe, especially Party Favors, like he's killing.
I thought he had the best verse in the cypher too with him, Absol.
You couldn't tell the timeline. Everybody be over the timeline,
but
bro.
It got overshadowed by this whole East Coast, West Coast beef shit. But if you really listen to what he said, he had the best bars on that cypher. So look, I'm Team Big Sean.
I'm definitely Team Big Sean.
Always have been. You know what I'm saying? He's one of Detroit's greatest. And you can't really take that away from him, bro. Like you can't. Like no. he's rapped next to a lot of our greats.
Absolutely.
And held his own. Respected
by your favorites.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's a real world out here. Touch grass.
Before we jet, man, I wanted to ask you, what do you think is the biggest missing element in music today?
We was literally talking about this in the studio last night, right? So I look at it in like two different spaces. So there's urban and then there's music, right?
Okay.
And
break it down for people that may not know the difference.
I mean, urban is like rap, hip hop, you know, nigga shit.
You're right.
And you know, then it's just music is like, you know, everything comprised. I more so like top 40. So
your Y100 club.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think what's missing, like, for us, because it's not missing over there, and I realized that this weekend when I was back home in Tampa and was forced to listen to the radio because I don't listen to the radio. And I was listening to top 40 radio the whole time I was there. And I kept hearing Chaperone, and I kept hearing Doechii, and I kept hearing The Weeknd and Miles Smith. Like all these, like some names I've never heard, some names I've heard and I've never heard a song. And I see them on Billboard. And I realize it's a different world, right?
Right.
What I think's missing in like our world with urban is like we don't make records with the intent to be big anymore. Like niggas is cool with just making cool shit, which like I know I sound like a contradiction because me and my dog Felly argue about this shit all the time, right? We argue about this shit all the time. I'm cool with cool shit. I'm cool with the vibey shit, right? Like because it's a space for that. We're in a very niche space, right? But like take R&B for instance, right? It's nothing more beautiful than to see what Mutt is doing right now.
Yeah.
It's nothing more beautiful. And that was a record like that came out as of August, a full calendar year ago. And I was banging a year ago and playing and telling everybody about a year ago. And here we are a year later and I think it went 10 or 11 on Hot 100, but it's like, it's huge, right? So what's missing to me in the urban world is like niggas don't make records with intent to be big anymore. And to me, that hurts the genre as a whole. Okay. You know, because we can't compete. Like if you pull up the top 10 on the Hot 100, it feels stale. Like Shabuzi's Bar Song is still up there. And that shit came out way past last year. But guess what I heard on Top 40 Radio when I was in Tampa this week? I heard a bar song over and over. You know what I'm saying? Like, niggas don't make records with intent to be big anymore. And then I wonder, like, is that because, like, the consumers don't commanded, or maybe like the artists, like they should be forcing the consumers, like training them to like, this is how it should be. Like, I feel like I don't know where to point the finger, but that's what's missing to me. Okay. Yeah.
I would say, just from a consumer standpoint, rollouts have gotten lazy. Rollouts, back when music probably was at its greatest point, you had artists, they would do their runs, right? They would go on the 106 in Parks. They would, you'll see posters, you'll see that. Of course, this is terrestrial rollouts, right? And then moving into the digital space, rollouts now have become social media scandal, right? Somebody is now fucking somebody. Somebody is now talking to somebody's ex.
Somebody flick got leaked.
Somebody, naked picture got leaked, or a text message,
So-and-so
or somebody
pregnant.
going to court.
Like,
it's like the rollout has become tabloids.
Yeah, salacious shit.
You know what I'm saying? And it's so refreshing to see, going back to this whole the Clipse rollout. They're literally rolling out this album.
Yeah.
Right? They got the most respected tastemakers in the game in a room. They played the music for them. They've released dope visuals. They have the pre-sale album is out. You can only tap one of the songs. They're doing, and I'm pretty sure they're gonna go on their media run. So they've already kind of started some conversations. And they're gonna go to the platforms that are most respected in hip hop. But I just think the rollouts have become lazy, bro. Like, and there's no anticipation around releasing. I think the biggest disappointment to me, as far as like rolling out, would be Lil Wayne. The Carter 6, although the performance has been deemed lackluster, there was no anticipation behind the Carter 6 other than Wayne is dropping.
Yeah.
He had like one little reel or something like that, but it's just like, bro, this is a big deal. You haven't released the album or a Carter album in quite some time. They did that bullshit Manny Fresh mix on fucking...
Oh, yeah, like a couple weeks before it came out.
Yes, on Apple Music.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the hell is this? I listened to maybe like 2 songs, and it's just like, I remember days when like the rollout kind of meant something. You know what I'm saying? People aren't really they're not putting marketing dollars behind releasing their, premier artists no more. So I just think that's missing for me. And then also too, like, we don't have those platforms that we used to have that you could roll out on, like a 106 in Park.
I was about to say, that's my devil's advocate to it. Like, it's 2 parts. There's my devil's advocate. It's like, times change, so the platforms change.
Right.
So, yeah, you don't got 106 to Park and go to. But like, they go to Kai.
Yep.
So, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's certain, while things change, time changes, things stay the same. It's just in a different medium.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like, what I'll say about like rollouts is like, as times have changed, like, I hate that like a lot of it is around like just gossipy, salacious bullshit. Oh, I know an album's coming now because so-and-so got arrested.
Right.
Or so-and-so got caught on the boat with some pink coke. Like,
stupid
like,
shit.
It's
like
stupid
that.
shit. But on the flip side, like, the consumers like fucking, what is it? Attention span is so short that you don't really have like the runway to do a rollout these days. To be honest with you, because we had these conversations, right? The post is more important than the pre. That's what I'm always banging the table and saying. Like, because you could roll shit out, album drop, like, but then what? Because especially in the urban world, where it's so much music coming out, because every nigga think they can rap, and every stripper and trick goddamn think she could grab a microphone and fucking rap. Like, it's so much going on. I call it like noise or traffic on the road, that you could, if you roll a project out, you drop the project, and you don't got no post, like, then it don't matter. Like, you get lost in the noise. Unless you're like, I don't know, fucking Kendrick, Drake, Cole, like, those Nicki, like those strong suited people, like, but I feel what you're saying, but I think times have changed, so that's why the rollout has changed. You don't have the leg room to do like a real rollout because of attention span.
So Now, let me play devil's advocate, right?
Mhm.
And this is one album came to mind. I forgot the name of the album, but it was the Quavo and Takeoff
The
album before.
only built for Cuban Links, John.
Right. So it was a lot of anticipation leading up to that album. But then after they released the album, you know what they was doing? I don't know what you call this, but it's the lyric videos or rapping videos where the mic be hanging down.
Yeah.
They did that for
Shooters Only.
Let's go.
Oh, the song. Oh,
like they.
Yeah, I know the song you're talking about.
Damn, I forgot the name of the song. However,
Hotel Lobby.
Hotel Lobby. There you go. Yes. So, but they did stuff like that.
They did a colors performance.
Correct. Like
they did a colors performance.
So what I'm saying is, I think it is leg room. Niggas just ain't as creative as they used to be.
Stuff.
Yeah, correct.
That's post. That's not
I'm
like
with you.
pre the album coming out.
But what you're saying is, because your point was what happens after the album
comes out.
So that's the point that I'm trying to make. Like, artists aren't focusing on that, which also
no, they're not. Yeah,
yes,
they're not.
So which also would lead to a lackluster pre-rollout and a lackluster post. Like, it's no reason why we shouldn't see video. Like, what visual did Wayne drop for Carter 6? If he has, I have no idea what it is.
I wouldn't know neither.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and back in the day, niggas don't shoot videos. No, well, there's certain artists that put a lot of money into videos.
But I'll be real, video budget. If we're talking major label artists, video budgets have shrunk because the label doesn't deem it as like a great investment because they feel like people don't watch music videos
on YouTube.
Now,
niggas definitely watch.
I mean, niggas watch YouTube, but I'm telling you, like, that's literally the conversation. So they're not vesting big budgets in the music videos no more because they don't feel like that's like a consuming. Like, if it's YoungBoy, but that's the other thing too, though. If it's someone like NBA YoungBoy, they kill his YouTube. Like, they eat that up streaming it, right?
Right.
But look at the quality of his music video. He's bouncing around in his living room. So therefore, it's like, why should we spend money on a big budget music video if this is winning? But
if to counter that conversation, you mentioned earlier that times have changed. So budgets have shrunken, right? But you can now do more with technology for less dollars than you could back in the day, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So my only caveat to your conversation is I look at artists like Currency. I look at artists like a Wiz Khalifa. I look at artists like even Larry June, right? Let's just take those. We're going back to the lifestyle rappers, right?
Yeah.
Their bread and butter is selling the lifestyle through
visual,
digital,
just aesthetic in general,
right?
Yeah.
So, but you looking at it, they shooting these videos with $1,200-$1,500 cameras. Like, that's not a big budget.
It's called running gun videos.
Correct.
There's like no like plot to it. It's just aesthetics. And like, you know, I don't want to say a cheap camera, but it ain't like a red, like Big John, like, yeah.
Correct.
So, yeah, but you could do that with a lifestyle video.
But
I mean, artist.
But so why couldn't that be done with a artist of a larger caliber? Even if it's not on that same plateau. You get what I'm saying?
Think about the music. Okay, bam. Like,
just stand in front, and my whole thing, sorry to cut you off. My whole thing is staying in front of your listeners' faces, like, again.
Oh, absolutely. That's the goal. That's what you have to do these days.
Correct.
Because you get lost in the sauce, right?
Yes.
But like, different artists and different music commands different visual aesthetic. Like, the stuff that we talking about, the clips, right? Like, we need that for these songs because the songs command that shit, right?
Yes.
Like, I hate that Kendrick ain't gave us no videos like that for real, right? But like, he could never do a run and gun video for these songs that he put out. Like, they require depth.
Okay.
Like, that shit that YoungBoy doing and like a lot of other rappers, like, I don't really need like depth in the visual where you gotta spend big budget like on those videos. Okay. You know, so what you saying is like you could get more done for less. And then the lifestyle rappers, that's a whole, like, they live in like a niche world. So they could kind of get away with this shit, right?
Okay.
Like, they're selling the life. So in selling the life, you don't need like a huge plot to a music video. Like, Larry will post up on a yacht with his go-yard bag and ride a bike in another scene and then be in front of his Panamera in front of the Golden Gate Bridge. Yeah. That don't cost much to shoot a video like that.
Correct.
But it gets the message of the lifestyle across. You know what I'm saying? So it's different stuff for different artists.
What would you think, and then we could close here. Like, let's just take an artist of a larger caliber, right? Like a Kendrick, because you just said that. Because what's the last video we got? Not Like Us was the last
Squabble
one?
Up was the last one.
Was the last one? So what would you say a budget for a video like let's take did they do one for Luther? They didn't do a video for Luther.
They did one for Luther. I forgot.
Okay,
yeah, they did do one for Luther.
So let's just take
I want a video for Hey Now. I know a lot of people want one for Peekaboo and
Dodger
Blue.
Do they got one for what's the other one?
They only got 3 videos.
All I wanted was a Great Grand National Band. They don't got a video for that. I would like to see a video for that. So my question is,
I need a big budget for that one.
Like how big? What's the number?
Bro.
What's the number?
The song feels big, right?
Yes.
So the video got to be big. Like I want Hype Williams, Dave Myers, like I want the late 90s, early 2000s, like Lil X, like big video budget for a fucking TV off.
If you had to build a budget for TV off video, what is your bare minimum number? Like you got to start here, then you can build from there. Let's just say money ain't really an object, but we need a starting point.
For that one video?
Yes.
Close to half, 3.5.
Fuck.
3.5.
Okay.
3.5.
Damn. Well, you just proved your point then to me. Cause
that's what I would put towards a video like that.
Yeah.
But a lot of these niggas not running around with songs that are anthem like we've seen from all the clips over and over, and I seen it live, what TV off does in a stadium.
Yeah.
So why would you ever step to the plate and shoot a video for a song that feels that big on some Lil Boy shit?
Maybe the video is the stadium response, like how you do a live performance type, like how a lot of people do.
I'd feel cheated though.
Really?
I'd feel cheated. A lot of them songs from that album deserve videos. I don't want to say like big budget videos, but like they deserve visuals and not the run and gun of today that we've become accustomed to, especially in the urban world, such a fucking low ass barrier.
Yeah.
Low ass barrier.
Gotcha.
You niggas are satisfied with being posted on the corner rapping about not a motherfucking thing and like mobbed out. And that's cool. We got a couple shots, some B-roll, let's slap that hoe together and it's a music video. Nah, my nigga. Got you. Like, so I guess we just know different. You know what I'm saying? Like, he just know different. And it ain't on no old nigga shit. It's just like, it should be the standard, bro. It should be the standard.
Yeah.
So.
Oh man, shit you said. And we gonna get up out of here, man. So you tweeted, this was a couple of days ago. You said, I don't know who needs to hear this, but your king is short. But enjoy being 40 plus with no bae in search of Dikembe. Who were you talking to?
I was talking to a specific woman or two. And judging,
I thought that was funny.
Apparently everybody, because that shit like went crazy on Instagram. Like,
yes, that was pretty funny.
I ain't had that many viewers on a post that I don't know when, like our engagement. I'm like, oh shit,
yeah.
But it was my real thought. Like shit, like it was 1 to 2 women specifically, and judging by like when I could see who views my post, they saw it. So. Damn. Yeah, enjoy. Like,
what was the inspiration behind it? Was it a conversation? Did you see something they said? Or?
I've seen something they said. Like, I'm totally cool with like we all are individuals, and I'm cool with preferences.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But it's like you 5'1" or 2.
Yeah. Cut that shit out.
And you telling me you need a tall nigga? Bitch, the world is tall to you.
Everybody taller than you.
You need a step stool for life. Like, don't tell me about nigga not being tall. I'm sorry.
Right.
Like, your king is short. And that's why you missing your blessings. And that's why, I don't know, knocking at that door of 40. This ain't no... If you think it's about you, it's not about you. Because it's certain people that's going to be like, damn, you talking about me? Because we've had a conversation. No, I'm not talking about you. But it's the people I ain't talked to and I seen them like with their preferences.
Okay.
And you know, niggas like niggas can't have no preference. Women could be like, oh, he got to be tall. Yeah. He got to be dark. He got to have all this money.
Our
like,
preference. Oh, I ain't even gonna say it. But go ahead.
No, I'm just saying that's what they could do. But if a nigga say, I mean, I got mine. I don't put them into the world, you know, but you could tell by like who a nigga's dealt with what they is. So it's like, but you would get shattered if you spoke like your preferences as a man. Like, But hey, double standards is life. That's just what it is these days.
When you bring up that tweet, I got when you say my tweet, I got something on one last conversation I want to see, and then we'll wrap up.
So you tweeted, and it's a newer tweet. If your new, and I think I know what this is about. If your new bitch is batter, it's an automatic win. I don't know what chessboard y'all be playing on.
No, straight up. So that tweet was inspired by this whole conversation surrounded around Offset pulling up to whatever club or the girl coming to the club with Stephon Diggs' ex-girlfriend, right? So I was like, I saw the tweet. I think I tweeted a GIF, like, and then I said something like, way to go, Offset, like, way to get back in the game, right? Because I feel like at this point in time, Cardi side playing chess too. You know what I'm saying? Like the whole them being seen out in public, the whole braids and the kid thing, like stuff been kind of getting out of whack with them, right? But you pull up with a nigga X and the nigga X look better than, I feel like that's a W. He didn't win the war. He did not win the war. Let me make that very, very clear. He's still very much losing this battle or this war or whatever. But this is a W. This is a notch in the W corner for him because women do not want to look lesser than or less beautiful than your new bitch. I don't know, again, like maybe it's my age speaking, but I feel like that is a chess move. I'm finna go get somebody that looks better than you.
I don't think it was a thing of him doing like, I'm gonna get someone that looks better than you. It was very intentional if it's Stephon's ex. And
absolutely.
And I feel like I'm slightly on the flip side because it's like, it's an L to me because it speaks to your need to do that because the Cardi Stephon thing ain't nothing new.
Everybody's already
we know
lost.
That they've been fucking around for years.
Yes,
they just made this shit public.
But everybody, I feel like everybody loses in this situation.
I mean, everybody loses.
Correct.
Yeah, everybody loses.
So
like they got kids and all. Like
now that we on a level playing field, let's just try to run the score up. Okay, we going tit for tat. At this point in time, they're going tit for tat.
But are they?
Yes, they are.
She been with Steph. She just now being happy and popping out.
But she's also going live. She done wish death on the man. She done dropped verses about the man. He done corny shit in the background. But you don't think he ain't
did shit that caused her to say the things she said? I was just finna get
to that point. He done shit in the background to her, corny shit that has caused her to do this. The whole, he threw the ball and Stephon Diggs caught it in the meme. Like, it's been a whole bunch of corny ass shit going on. So now that we know that both sides are corny, let's just add up the wins. That's how I'm looking at this situation. Because moral compass and integrity, it been out the window a long time ago. This is all entertainment now. So I'm counting W's. Who wins next? For this particular round, Offset won because the girl looked better than Cardi. That's how I'm looking at this situation. We can't look at it from a mature standpoint. None of these motherfuckers is mature.
None of the moves are mature. None of the moves are mature.
So why are we playing moral, the moral marshal when he
I don't think it's the moral marshal. I just think that, like, if she fucking with a nigga, like, what else can she do other than pop out with him finally?
That's fine. But also, if you're going to do that, then don't do the rest of the corny shit you've been doing.
But what she did, but other than spaz on Twitter, like on a space,
why are you doing that though? Like,
what did he do? Oh, he asked for
but that's okay. Listen, if he's asking for it, this is in legal. I've been through a divorce, right? You don't ask for shit on Twitter. Like, what the fuck are we talking about? You don't ask for shit on Instagram. You ask for shit via a court of law. Or you submit documentation saying, hey, this is my counter to whatever you're asking.
Yeah.
So you then go to social media to wish death on the father of your children.
That was wild.
You get what I'm saying? Like, let's stop with the whole, like, this moral ping pong that we doing when he do something. Oh my God, he corny, this and that. They both corny.
I think they both corny.
They both are corny.
But I'm not going to say that it's a corny move for her to pop out with a nigga that she been fucking with. She can
do that.
Because people are like attacking her about that. And it's like, what she got to hide the nigga for? They together.
She don't got to do that. I'm not mad at her.
The response to that is like, oh, well, I'm going to go fuck with his ex. No, that means that, like, you kind of hurt my nigga. Like, because Offset could probably bag a bitch anywhere, bro.
We know he's hurt though.
So it's like, it speak more to like his hurtness by fucking with the nigga that she fucking with's ex. It's like all these women in the world, like what?
But we haven't. But we.
And you're saying it's because she's badder than her. I'm sure there's 10 other badder women that he's ran into, like that he could be with that ain't that nigga.
But we
ex.
also don't know how he feel about the girl. Still,
Who about what girl?
Diggs feel about the ex. We don't know that.
Oh, about how Diggs feels about his ex that's with Offset.
Correct. We don't know. We don't know. Like, and
see all that shit. It's just messy and petty. Like,
if we gonna have a messy Olympics, let's have it. Okay, you gonna fuck my ex-wife or ex-wife or whatever her title is now. Okay, cool. I'm finna go fuck your ex. So let's just go X for X now. Is it corny? Absolutely.
Nobody wins.
Is it fun to watch? Absolutely. It is. It is very entertaining for me to watch these three idiots go back and forth. You know, when you got kids at the crib, you got careers that you need to be like focused on. Mm-hmm. Like it's dumb at the end of the day. But shit, we laugh at dumber shit. We laugh at dumber shit. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather watch this than watch baddies. I'm not watching
baddies.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm not watching.
I will comment on Offset, Cardi B, and Stephon Diggs till my thumbs turn blue. But I will not watch baddies in Africa, baddies in Afghanistan, wherever they having baddies at next. I'm never watching that shit. Ever. So yeah, that's where that tweet came from. But I have one other so I was having a conversation with somebody, right? Mm-hmm. And it was we were talking about it was kind of a conversation about preferences, right?
Yeah.
And because you said something that made me kind of think back to the conversation that I had. So my question is, do you consider yourself shallow? And I'm trying to find a tweet because I tweeted about it, mm-hmm. right? Oh, here it is. Sorry, it took so long, everybody. It says, should you be labeled shallow because you only like to date attractive people? Are you shallow because of that? And we're gonna end here, but I want your take on that tweet because that tweet went kind of crazy too.
I'm gonna be politically correct.
Please don't. I want you to be Teddy.
No, because but my thoughts are like when I hear that is like, oh no, well, okay, it's 50-50, right? I feel like attractive is subjective.
Okay.
That's what I personally feel.
Right.
We all know I like big girls.
For sure.
And a nigga will clown and say, oh, that shit ain't this, that shit ain't that, because that's not societally bad.
It's some badass big girls out here.
Yeah, but it's like you will date a skinny bitch.
Right.
That ain't remotely cute and think you got a one up on me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm like, this conversation gets subjective when you talk about that. But I also do feel like there are I'm sorry, it's 2025. Everybody wants to be perfect and politically correct. But there are some I don't say ugly anymore. I say there are some very non-aesthetically pleasing people
right.
in this world.
Right.
And I don't think it makes you shallow if you don't want to be with one. Gotcha. I don't like, if that's your preference, that's your preference. Like, yeah.
So the conversation stemmed from another conversation we had because I can say so she mentioned, she was like, oh, you told me one time that you never took an ugly woman serious. And I mm-hmm. said, I haven't. I said all of the women that I took seriously were attractive. They mm-hmm. were attractive to me and they were attractive to other people. And I feel like it's important that they're attractive to other people as well because for one, I have an image to uphold, and this may be shallow. I don't really give a fuck,
Ooh.
Right? One, I got an image to uphold. Two, I talk too much shit to be walking around with an ugly girl.
Mm-hmm.
And then three, I come from a family of shit talkers.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know me or follow me on Twitter or Instagram or whatever, if you have came across my personality stems from the people that I was raised by, right? So, I'm accustomed to hearing shit like when you walk into the cookout with a new girlfriend, damn, you got a new one. This one don't look as good as the last one. Mm-hmm. This is out loud. This is out loud when you walking in and you thinking you got something.
Yeah.
And your uncle that's on blood pressure medicine, but he drink too. He say the first shit that come out of his mouth. So now you stuck having to deal with not only the feelings of your partner, mm-hmm. but the embarrassment that this man just literally said this in front of the rest of your family, right? So again, we can sit here all day long and talk about how the opinions of others shouldn't matter. If that was the case, plastic surgery wouldn't exist.
But see, that's why I differ. They shouldn't. And if they do, that's your prerogative.
Correct.
I get where you're coming from because that's your space, right? Like I also, because I always say this shit too, right? I don't want no bad bitch. Now don't get it twisted because it's not like I can't get one, like what a quote unquote bad bitch is, right? You know, a nigga fat is fat, but funny as fuck, witty and cute, bro.
Yep.
Handsome nigga. Zoom in. I could get one if I want one, bro. But I don't want to deal with that headache.
What are you dealing with though?
What is the headache?
What is the headache surrounding a bad bitch?
Quote unquote bad. I'm not worried about what another nigga I'm not worried about that.
Yeah, what is your headache?
I'm talking about like the maintenance that comes with like a bad bitch, like the entitledness and like the places they want to go, the shit they want to do, like the normal personality that comes with a quote unquote bad bitch.
Okay.
Now every woman wants to feel like a bad bitch.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But we know I don't know,
when we say bad, what's the we saying looks, correct? Bad as in looks.
I'm saying more,
or attitude.
Looks / personality.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I think. So it's not to say like a nigga only deal with women that aren't bad bitches, because every woman wants to feel like a bad bitch, right?
Right.
But you know exactly what I'm talking about. Those type of women, right?
Right.
And I feel like they come with a certain headache that like a nigga just don't want to deal with. And they be single for a fucking reason, bro. They be single for a bad bitch all by herself looking for in vitro at 42. Like,
oh my God.
That's just what it is, bro.
We never gonna get sponsors.
I don't need the sponsors. I call it how I see it, bro. Like,
all right. So let me ask this question. Okay, so I have an opposing view, right? Because I have had both versions of a bad bitch. I've had the version that you're talking about, and then I've had the version that you would think is like that, but it's the polar opposite. Meaning, so your version, I believe you're talking about, the hair got to be done everywhere they go. They take 2 hours to get ready.
The bitch got a designer tampon. They got
designer everything from head to toe. They have to, they got to add a filter to every picture that they take.
And they have a million pictures in their phone to get the one picture.
And if you go to their Instagram and it's 1,000 pictures, ain't nobody in the picture but them. No family, so you ain't got no family, you ain't got a dog. You ain't, it's just all pictures of you, right? I've had that version. And then I've also had the version of, I know I look good, but I don't got to shit on people to carry on and prove to have my light to shine. I don't have to dim other people's light for mine to shine, right? And I can honestly say it all depends on experiences, right? Because I feel like the ones that the former, not the latter, that we were talking about, they haven't really been through anything, right? They don't know what it's like to be humble. Like, I ain't saying we gotta go around humbling people, but they lack humility, right?
Yeah.
As with the other side, they have more of a practical upbringing. Like they was just blessed with beauty, but they know what it means to, see both parents go to work every day, or, what I'm saying, having to work, not relying on beauty, but having to grind it out and do certain things. So I truly, truly believe that it's all experience-based, which most of life is, right?
Yeah.
So
I think both sides have pretty privilege.
Absolutely.
But the difference is one lives and leans
I would agree.
And the other just by chance gets the residuals of it.
Right.
And I will deal with and want that all day before I will ever want this one that like every nigga be like, oh, you got you one, like, and I'm at home miserable. Boy, you got me fucked up. Keep that over there. Like, nah. Like,
oh man. But yeah, so let us know your thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Because that conversation that I had, it really kind of got my mind moving. I was just like, am I really shallow? I don't think I'm shallow. I just like attractive people. I feel like I'm attractive, so what the fuck? I talk too much shit. The first thing people gonna do is go pull up pictures of you and your significant other, right? And they gonna hit you with it. This you? Or this your lady? Like I see it with another dude on the timeline. Shout out to I don't know this man, but me and him got the same name. Nick is still here or some shit like that. I think his Twitter name is. Now this nigga is married.
Yeah.
Married. I think he got a child. Let me see. I'm gonna pull up his name and then we're gonna get out of here. Is it? Yeah, Nick's still here. Right? Shout out to him. He from Jersey somewhere.
Mhm.
But this nigga, you talk about go viral every single day, no matter what he tweets. And the minute he does or he piss people off, they go straight to what his wife looked like. They posted pictures of her kids and this and that or whatever. And the nigga tweet through all of that shit. He just like, nigga, I'm married. Like, this is my wife. Like, so what? I don't care if you don't like what
because it's a real world.
For sure.
It's real
like, I got so much respect for how he conducts.
Because you got to think some of these people that's sending these tweets, like, they ain't got nobody. They may be laid off. They may be laying up in their mama basement with torn, dirty underwear. Like, it's like, you don't know all what folk going through, bro. Right. For you to tell me, like, this you, like, your wife, she ugly. Like, yeah, that's me, my nigga. Like,
yeah. So, I mean, shout out to him again. You know what I'm saying? I like pretty bitches. I mean, women. Sorry, excuse my language. But that's just always what it's gonna be. Especially if we talking about being in a relationship. I want beautiful children. You know what I'm saying? And I despite what people like to say, oh, ugly people make pretty babies. Well, I don't want to take that chance. So that's just what it is, man. It's your boy, Way More Fly Than You, man. Audio Dope Podcast, man. Season 2 wrapping up. It's episode 10. Hopefully y'all still rock with us, man. Coming into the new season, we're going to do some fresh shit and collab with more individuals. Shout out to everybody that was a guest on this season.
Yep.
Thank y'all so much for rocking with us. Thank to everybody that has viewed, shared, liked, subscribed. I think we at like 230 subscribers now, but we still climbing.
Still climbing. Y'all make sure y'all tap in, like, share, repost that shit, man. You did.
Yeah. Thank y'all so much for listening.
Peace.